Hey there, everybody! Do you love to travel and learn about new places? Great, then you are in the right place. Join Jasmine the cat and Gracie the tortoise as they have fun traveling the beautiful United States and learning lots of cool new facts.
Heidi-ho, friends! It's Jasmine, the jazzy gray cat, hanging out with Gracie, the super smart tortoise, who also happens to be a loyal friend. What's up, Gracie?
Greetings to all. Gracie here. What a fine day to add to our knowledge. Can you tell us where we're going today?
You betcha! It's New Hampshire, another one of the New England states. The capital is Concord, and the state flower is the purple lilac. Oh, lilacs smell so sweet in the spring.
Yes, they do, and bees love them. New Hampshire is also our 9th state.
Don't tell me. Let me guess. Joined the country in 1788. We are starting to sound like a broken record.
You know what, Jasmine? Maybe we are. But you know what? There's only 2 more to go after New Hampshire.
I can't wait to find out which ones they are. Now tell me, what people were here first?
The Native Americans were the first peoples here, but the French and English came in the 1500s.
Ooh, did the French and English get along?
No, they didn't. The 2 sides fought over the land. The Native Americans tried to stay out of it, but eventually they sided with the French. The British were stronger, and the French and the Native Americans left the area.
Oh, that wasn't very nice. They should have tried harder to get along. There was plenty of land.
That's true, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And it really didn't work out well for the English either. New Hampshire was the first state to break away from England and the king.
Hey, Gracie, can I tell you how New Hampshire got its name?
I'd love to know.
You know what? It's kind of a funny story. A man named John Mason from England called it New Hampshire after his home in Hampshire as a boy. But guess what? He never even came and lived here. New Hampshire is also called the Granite State. Gracie, what is granite?
Granite is a very hard rock that is often used in building. It can be used on the outside of a building, and sometimes it's used in kitchens for countertops. It's very pretty and comes in lots of colors like black, brown, gray, yellows, reds, and even pink.
Ooh, I'd pick pink. Pink goes very well with gray fur, you know.
Pink is a lovely complement to your gorgeous gray fur.
Why, Gracie, thank you.
Now back to New Hampshire. It's called the Granite State because there's lots of granite here.
Well, that makes sense. But where is New Hampshire?
It's right above Massachusetts. Vermont is next to it on the west, and Maine and the Atlantic Ocean are on the east. Canada is on top of it to the north.
Canada? That's a whole different country. It would be fun to go there sometime, too.
Yes, it would. But let's finish exploring the United States first. Why don't we get in our blue camper and get started?
You bet! My princess bed is fluffed and waiting.
Jasmine, can you tell us about any famous people from New Hampshire?
I sure can. Sarah Hale is from New Hampshire. She wrote the nursery rhyme, Mary Had a Little Lamb. You know that. Everybody, sing with me. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow.
I really enjoyed hearing you sing that, Jasmine. I hope everyone enjoyed singing with you. Sarah Hale is also responsible for making Thanksgiving a national holiday. She wrote to presidents for 30 years before President Lincoln made it a national holiday.
Wait a minute. I thought the Pilgrims started Thanksgiving. How did Sarah get involved?
Well, not all the states celebrated Thanksgiving, and Sarah wanted to make it a national holiday. She didn't give up until she succeeded.
Wow, what a great lady. Do you have a famous person, Gracie?
Yes, I do. It's Franklin Pierce, who was the 14th President of the United States. An interesting fact about him is that he was the first president to put a Christmas tree in the White House.
Oh, you know what, Gracie? I just love Christmas. Everything is so pretty, and it's so much fun to give and get presents. But that's a couple months away. Where are we going to visit in New Hampshire first?
Our first stop will be Mount Washington, which is part of the White Mountains. It is the tallest spot in New England at 6,288 feet tall.
Whoa, that is super tall. How will we get to the top? I am not walking.
You won't have to. We will take the cog train. Another interesting fact about the White Mountains was the old man of the mountain.
There was an old man who lived on the mountain? Didn't he get cold?
Jasmine, it wasn't a real man. It was a granite cliff ledge on Cannon Mountain that looked like an old man's face when viewed from the side.
I think I'd like to see it. Do you think we will?
Unfortunately, no, we can't. It collapsed in 2003.
Oh, no. How? Was it an earthquake?
No, Jasmine, it wasn't an earthquake. It was just nature and the weather. The wear and tear of thawing and freezing cracked the stone. But nature is always changing, and this is one of the times when that just happened.
Well, good thing we can still read about it and see it in pictures. Oh, here we are at Mount Washington. I am so glad we brought warm clothes. The weather here can be crazy.
Yes, it can. Did you know this mountain was very special to Native Americans? They called it Agiochok. They believed it was where the great spirit of their people lived.
We're here. Let's get on the Cog Railroad. The trip will take a whole hour. I can't wait to get to the top.
I am so glad that I brought my scarf. It is very cold and windy up here, and since it is such a clear day, we can even see Canada.
Oh, Gracie, I see it. I see Canada.
Wow, Jasmine, it sure is windy up here. Did you know the highest recorded wind speed of 231 miles per hour was recorded here? Let's get out of this wind and go explore the Weather Museum.
Sure thing. Look over here. We can make a tornado or pretend to be a TV meteorologist. You know what? Weather is so much fun. Next, let's visit the Tip Top House. It used to be a hotel in 1853 when it was built. And you know what? It's made of the state stone, granite.
It was riveting to examine the exhibits inside the house. Now, before we go, let's get a picture by the summit marker.
Where? I don't see a marker.
Look down. It's this round metal marker here on the ground. It means we have reached the top.
You know what? Since we have reached the top, I am now ready to go down before I am blown away. And I'm super ready for our next stop.
Our next stop is Flume Gorge in Franconia Notch at the bottom of Mount Liberty, here in the White Mountains also.
Gracie, what's a gorge?
A gorge is a narrow valley with steep rocky walls between hills or mountains. Most of the time it's been carved out by a river. The walls of the flume are made out of granite and are 70 to 90 feet tall and 12 to 20 feet wide.
I can't wait to explore it. Let's get on the shuttle bus that takes us to the Ridge Trail. I heard the trail is about 2 miles, and it'll take us about an hour to hike it. I hope I don't get too tired.
Jasmine, I think you'll do just fine. Now, can you tell me who discovered this gorge?
You know what? This flume was discovered in 1808 by a woman who was 93 years old. I heard she was looking for a really great place to fish. I hope she found it.
As we're walking on the wooden bridge over the river, just think, all this granite was buried under molten rock in the Jurassic period. That was over 200 million years ago. Boggles the mind.
Gracie, look at Avalanche Waterfall. It's gorgeous. And over there we can see the top of Mount Liberty. People say you can see George Washington sleeping there on the top. Oh, I see him. Do you?
Yes, I do. Now let's finish the hike by going through Wolf Den Cave. Be careful, it's a little slippery.
Okay, Gracie, I will be. Oh, it's a little dark in here, too. I'm really glad Gwen brought a flashlight. There's the exit. This was super fun, and I didn't even see any wolves. I can't wait to see what's next.
I'm very excited. Our next stop is a bit of history. As we all know, I am quite the history buff, but I think you will really enjoy it too, Jasmine. We are going to Strawberry Bank Museum.
I do like that name. Do you think we'll be able to get strawberries there?
I'm sure that we will. It was settled by English colonists in 1623 along the Piscataqua River in Portsmouth Harbor. It was probably called Strawberry Bank because there were lots of wild strawberries growing here.
I hope I get to see some of those wild strawberries. Now, Gracie, can you tell me about the museum?
The museum tells us about the neighborhood of Puddle Dock.
Puddle Dock? That's a funny name, too. I can't wait to explore it. What's here?
It's a village of houses that's been here for 400 years. First, let's go in the Shearborn House, which is the oldest house here and in all of New Hampshire. It was built in 1695.
This is a nice house, but you know what? There's no electricity or running water in here? Wow. It must have been dark at night with only candles to see with.
That's right, it was. Now, let's find out how people lived in 1872 at the Goodwin house.
Oh, I think I would like living in this house better. They had gas lights, no more candles. And look out back, there is a garden just for kids. And there's a fairy garden. Look at those sweet little houses. If I were a fairy, I would just live in one of these.
I'm so glad you enjoyed the garden, Jasmine. Now we're going into the Shapiro house, which is from the 1900s. The Shapiros were a family who moved here from Russia.
Ooh, moving to a new country is a brave and scary thing to do. I hope they liked it here.
I'm sure that they did. Now the Martin Abbott house and store shows what it was like to live in the 1940s during World War II. It was a very difficult time. Many products and foods were hard to get with the war on, and people were so worried about the soldiers fighting overseas.
Gracie, over here at the Shapley Driscoll house. It's from 1795. One half of it shows how people lived then, and the other half shows how people lived in 1955. That was the last time that people lived here, because soon after that, it became this wonderful museum.
I really enjoyed exploring here. It was so absorbing to see how the village changed over time.
That was a lot of history. And guess what, Gracie? Did you know that New Hampshire has beaches? I thought all they had was mountains.
A beach sounds like a great place to take a break. Which one are we going to?
We're going to go to Hampton Beach State Park in Hampton. Isn't it great? Look at all the sand. I think I'll build a sandcastle. How about you, Gracie?
I think I'll relax in the sand and watch you build a fairy house and think about the great time we've had here.
You know what? On our way home, let's do rock jokes because New Hampshire is the Granite State. I've got a good one. What does the rock want to be when he grows up?
Let's see. A boulder?
Oh no, Gracie. A rock star. I, too, would be a great rock star. Your turn.
All right, Jasmine. Here goes. Where do rocks sleep?
A garden bed?
Nice guess. But the answer is a bedrock.
I don't think I understand that one, Gracie.
Bedrock is hard rock that is under the soil. So the rocks can sleep under the soil in the bedrock.
Okay, if you say so. But I like mine better. What do you think, friends? Whose joke was better? You know what? You can email us and let us know which one you like better at gwyn@voicebygwynelise.com because, as you know, I'm still not allowed to have email.
Or you can email us and tell us another fun fact about New Hampshire, and we might even read it on our next episode. It's gwyn@voicebygwynelise.com. What was your favorite place today, Jazzy?
I liked finding the fairy houses at Strawberry Bank Museum. You know how I just love fairies. How about you?
I enjoyed going to the top of Mount Washington and seeing Canada. How about you, friends? Don't forget to tell someone you love your favorite fact from today. Have a great day and keep on learning. Bye now.
I'm so glad you came with us today because I love traveling with friends. Come back next week. We're going to Virginia. Bye!
Hey everybody, thanks for joining Jasmine and Gracie on their adventure today. Come back next week for the next one.
Hello everybody, it's Gwen here. If you want to know more about the places we visited, just go to our website, jasmineandgracie.podbean.com, and go to the sources page and you can find out all about the great places that we visited. See you next week. Bye-bye.